There is indeed, but you know, we are playing at home.
As the ball played back from halfway to Lamine Kone, as to how long he'll be a Sunderland player is yet to be seen. I think the perceived opinion is that he might not be here by the end of August.
Who's that? Kone?
Kone.
You know, if you can get into his head, you know, if you can get him play, he can play a big part. You know, he's got to get back to what he was like when he first come, especially under Sam Allardyce.
Free kick to Sunderland on the left-hand side, just about 10 yards in from the touchline, halfway inside the Derby County half. The ball floats into the penalty area, a flick on from Grabban, but it bounces away harmlessly behind for a goal kick to Derby County. Scott Carson, the former England keeper, 4 caps to his name, the Cumbrian. He's in blue tonight and will take this goal kick for Derby County, who finished last season 9th in the Championship. This is their 10th season at this level.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the formation of Sunderland. You know, he seems as though they've gone a 4-4-2, you know, with Vaughan and Grabban up front, Honeyman on this right-hand side, McGeady on the left-hand side with Catamol and then Dong in the middle. I like that.
I like that. I think the fans like that. And I think, if we're fair, in the pre-season, when we saw that formation, we saw their best half of football, and that was against Bradford City.
Correct.
And in that spell, they scored 3 goals as the ball flicked on down this right-hand side by Honeyman. He was looking for Vaughan. It's headed into touch. Simon Grayson quickly gets it to Jones to take the throw. It drops to the feet of Vaughan. Back to Jones on this right-hand side, looking for the run of Grabban, but headed away on that left-hand side by Curtis Davis. Comes back here now to Grabban and trying to dig it out here for Jones, who was not fouled according to Oliver Langford. It's come out to Ndong. He switched it out wide on the left-hand side here now. McGeady, a chance to put this from the centre into the edge of the penalty area, looking on the right-hand side for Honeyman, but it's headed away momentarily for Derby County, and then they get it away down this left-hand side, looking to try and get Johnny Russell away, but eventually it's come back to Steele to clear deep back into the Derby County half and down into the Derby County penalty area, where Craig Forsyth, the former Watford defender, began his career with Dundee, nods it back to Scott Carson. Quite a well-established team, Derby, but they have bought in the summer, and they bought Premier League experience. Huddleston, Davis, Wisdom, and here on the ball is Jones trying to clear for Sunderland. Catamol gets the ball back down here now to Browning and Galloway to clear up to Richard Keogh. Keogh gets it past Vaughan, gets it out on the right-hand side, looking to try and get Andre Wisdom away, blocked, and a free kick awarded to Derby County. Quite a pacey start to the game. We're in the first 3 minutes. It's Sunderland 0, Derby County 0. We're live on BBC Newcastle. Out on the right-hand side here, longer ball floated forward straight up to Jason Steele, and he'll be happy to get a good feel of the ball early on.
Good feel, and you know, his kicking was good there. The first one came through, good kick out there.
As he kicks out again down the centre, looking to try and get Vaughan on the end of this, but headed away by Curtis Davis, but it falls for McGeady on the far left-hand side. Overlap coming from Galloway, but he goes to the cross, headed out by Tom Huddleston on the edge of the Derby County penalty area.
I like McGeady. You know, he's one who gets on the ball and he'll try to make things happen, McGeady.
He's lively. He's buzzing around that left-hand side. Galloway is the throw now for Sunderland on the far side. McGeady's there, Vaughan is there. Catamol is trying to direct the players around and about the penalty area, and it drops for Vaughan, and he's looking for a foul. He says Huddleston pulled him down, but the referee waves that away, and now McGeady wins it back just inside the Derby half, finds Vaughan again, but right behind him is Keogh. Wisdom now on the right hand side, plays it inside to Huddleston, and he's now closed down and almost robbed by Grabban, and he tried to get the ball away through the edge of the centre circle, but won back and cleared from Bradley Johnson eventually by Steele. Now with Jones into Catamol. Catamol rolling it back to Kone here. Kone across to Galloway. 0-0. 5 minutes played at the Stadium of Light. crowd still very much behind Sunderland. Browning and his ball down the right wing drops into touch. It's going to be a throw to Derby County. Gary Rowett, 43-year-old former Derby and Birmingham player, has managed both now, comes out to the edge of his technical area. Took over in March. This is his 10th game in charge, if you ignore pre-season. And Grabban trying to get the ball forwards, cleared away by Curtis Davis. One on the halfway line though by Vyman. He's playing out on his left-hand side. Martin's ahead of him. Kone now at the back for Sunderland. Longer ball played diagonally down the right, looking for Honeyman. Away it's cleared, and Dong trying to win it. Finds Jones. A longer ball played up to the penalty area, and Scott Carson will gather this for Derby County. Still 0-0. Live on BBC Newcastle. The opening Championship fixture of the season. Nottingham Forest and Millwall also playing tonight. That's, I think, because of cricket. The game had to be moved. No goals in that game either. Carson with the kick, out wide left. Forsyth heading it through, looking for Martin. It bounces away from him, the whistle's blown. I think he pushed Browning. It's a free kick which Jason Steele will come out and take in his all-white goalkeeping kit. You can clearly see where the pitch has been shortened and narrowed. The line still visible from the old pitch. Now the ball drops for Catamol inside the Derby half, out to McGeady wide left, taking on down that right hand side Andre Wisdom, still with it, flicking it down the left now for Galloway to try and get the ball in the penalty area. Gets into the penalty area, can he pull it back? He wins a corner, a block by Tom Huddleston, and the first corner of the evening falls to Sunderland.
Well played by McGeady and Galloway.
A bright start. McGeady will take the corner on the left-hand side. With his right foot, it swings in here. Kone's looking for it, dropped for Huddleston, whipped it off the feet of Vaughan, and another corner, this time on the right-hand side. Vaughan looking to strike when the ball dropped down from the header.
Good header by Kone.
So McGeady comes across to this right-hand side now to take Sunderland's second corner. 0-0. We've played 8 minutes. And McGeady with his right foot.
Great ball.
Headed away by Huddleston. The Chancellor, the whistle has blown. Flag is up. Gone. The ball had just drifted out as Kone was trying to control it and drive home his shot. Well, one has to say it's been a fairly positive opening 8 minutes, nearly 9 minutes, 0-0. Derby County, we talk about Sunderland having their problems. 6 managers since June 2015, 2 years ago. In fairness, 2 of them were caretaker managers, but still a high turnover in terms of management. As the ball with Honeyman on the right-hand side here now. Managed to control it in the face of an attempted tackle by Bradley Johnson. Out to Grabban on the right wing. Slips it through to Honeyman in the penalty area. Tries to slip it over the last man. He could break on the far side. And as McGeady came running in on it, Derby managed to get it knocked back across the face of goal, and Grabban puts it over the top.
Unlucky, great run by Honeyman. Good play there, interchange of passes there. I thought McGeady was going to just pull the ball back. He's gone for goal.
It was a great piece of opportunism from Honeyman, because it opened up for him. A mistake really by the Derby defender, but he couldn't capitalise. But it was a chance, a half chance, and it remains 0-0. Now Sunderland come again. Galloway looking to get it to Vaughan, over his head, it drops for Forsyth, the left back, and he will play it back to Keogh on the right hand side. Keogh forwards to Huddleston, out to Wisdom, Wisdom controls it in the face of a half challenge from Vaughan, who's penalised for that. I think he felt that Vaughan...
Hold on, who's refereeing the game?
Is Wisdom or the referee?
Exactly.
That Vaughan just clipped Wisdom as he rushed past him. The Leeds-born right back, who was on Liverpool's books until Derby signed him in the summer. He spent most of his Liverpool career, in fairness, out on loan, including at Derby. Here's Chris Martin into Huddleston, sweeps the ball wide right of the penalty area. Russell is out on that right-hand side. He's got into the penalty area. He's going to try and pull it back. Steele's missed it. And it's driven home by Derby. It's Bradley Johnson from 6 yards who gives Derby the lead in the 11th minute.
Shocking defending, you've got to say, from Brendan Galloway. He's got to be a lot stronger in that position. You know, he's gone round, he's skipped past him as though he wasn't there. He's just out-muscled him, really.
Russell cutting in and pushing the ball through the 6-yard box and across to Johnson, who with his left foot had the simplest of tasks, really, in slotting the ball home for Derby County, and they lead by a goal to nil.
You've got to defend a lot better. And you've got to say, it's my first time I've got to see Brendan Galloway, but I know I've had one or two people who've said defensively he's not the best.
Well, he was wanting then, and the fear was that Derby, if they took the lead, Sunderland might struggle to find themselves back in the game, but that's what they have to do now.
Well, he's not the biggest, is he? He's not the... You know, talk about physique. He's slight.
He's not a Phil Bardsley.
No. Not too easy.
Jones headed clear from the edge of the Derby penalty area. Bokio.
And you go back to opportunities, don't you? You know, Sunderland, had a good opportunity there. Well, a couple of opportunities, haven't taken them. Derby, one opportunity. Somehow it's found its way in the box. It's fallen to a Derby player and he's finished it off.
Yeah, clinically finished by Bradley Johnson, but you expect his experience. His third season now with Derby, the former Norwich midfielder, who bizarrely as a child used to be a motorcycle stunt rider. Used to ride at the top of the pyramid in that sort of circus act. 1-0 Derby County lead. We played 14 minutes of the first half. We're live on BBC Newcastle. Ball hooked long and clear by the goal scorer Bradley Johnson, almost from a centre-back position. And now it's a test of Sunderland's mental resolve as much as anything else, as Forsyth tried to work an opening at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, but Sunderland managed to get the ball clear, because that has been a frailty in the past when they've gone a goal behind. And actually, I say in the past, we saw it in pre-season, I think notably at St Johnstone, when after a bright start suddenly they collapsed with 3 goals in the space of 6 or 7 minutes.
It's like you're using that tape again, but after a bright start, how many times do you say that? After a bright start, you know, the first 10 minutes started well, opposition get one opportunity.
Well, Kone's under pressure again here inside the penalty area from Weimann. He's got the ball clear, drops back to Keogh on the halfway line, right hand side of the centre circle, right through the centre. Here Weimann again rolling it down the right edge of the penalty area, but Galloway's across to cover and takes no chances this time and just stumps it out into touch on the far side for a throw to Derby County.
I just think that he's got to be stronger in that position, Galloway. It's far too easy for Russell just to brush him to one side.
Another throw to Derby, earned on the touchline and a tussle with Galloway and Butterfield. And the ball finally goes behind for a corner to Derby County, their first corner of the match. over on the right-hand side.
Got to
Down
make
goes
sure to
Huddleston.
pick up here the likes of Curtis Davies, Keogh.
Well, Tom Huddleston's going to take the corner for Derby County from the right-hand side, and it's headed clear by Browning. Comes back in though. Curtis Davies was trying to just flick it on, but it's gone behind for a goal kick to Sunderland.
Test the character now, see what they're made of.
Long way to go. We're only 16 minutes into the game. Sunderland 0, Derby County 1. Steele with this goal kick for the home team. Simon Grayson on the touchline in his tracksuit, trying to G up the boys. And the goal kick floats down the right-hand side, headed on by Vaughan, but it'll be tidied up by Wisdom in the centre. He's got up to halfway, comes back to Vyman. He's looking for the ball for Russell to run onto, but Steele catches it at the edge of the penalty area and rolls it out to Galloway here. Galloway slips it inside to Catamol. Catamol, the edge of the centre circle, tries to turn it left, blocked. It came off the back of Butterfield. Drops now for Graben in the middle. Plays it back here to Kone. And Kone on the halfway line. And out to the right-hand side to Jones. And now on the right, Honeyman of the penalty area, blocked by Curtis Davies. It's a throw to Sunderland on the right-hand side.
Well done, George. He looks bright, George, doesn't he?
Yes, he's looked bright tonight in that role. And here is Ndong, and Forsyth cuts across and clears this into touch on the Sunderland right. 1-0 Derby lead. Jones with the throw on this right-hand side. Comes back here. Honeyman had to try and win it, but knocked away from him and into touch again for another throw to Sunderland on the right. Jones will take the throw again, halfway inside the Derby half to Ndong. Back to Jones. Jones gets around Vyman. Here's his cross. Is there going to be anybody on the end of it? In the end, hooked away by Wisdom from Aidan McGeady, who'd come in on that left-hand side.
Good cross by Jones.
Throw then to Sunderland. Nick Barnes, Gary Bennett with you on BBC Newcastle, our 15th season covering Sunderland.
Need movement, boys.
Here's the throw, looking for Vaughan in the penalty area, and he's penalised. Push on the defender as Keogh gets to his feet. Scott Carson comes out to gather the ball to take the free kick.
You're just looking at Johnny Russell. I think he fancies himself against Galloway. Every time they get the ball, I think that's their outlet.
Yeah, former Dundee United midfielder. Again, it's been 4 years. It's his 4th year at Derby County. Knows all about the championship. Scott Carson's kick out wide to the left, headed down into the path of Ndong by Forsyth, and now trying to get ahead on this and get forwards with it again is McGeady, but he's robbed just outside the centre circle, and it's picked up by Catamol in the end, and he's looked for McGeady again down the left of the penalty area. Keogh's trying to get in front of him and eventually does so, and the ball rolls behind for a goal kick. But he's making a nuisance of himself, McGeady. He's
lively, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's lively on
making
that left-hand side. The two wide players were lively, McGeady and Honeyman.
Sunderland 0, Derby County 1, 20 minutes played of the first half here at the Stadium of Light, live on BBC Newcastle. A reminder that we play again on Thursday away at Bury in the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup as we all know. And now Derby again trying to get into the Sunderland penalty area, headed away by Browning and away by Catamol, but not fully cleared. Drops for Huddleston, drives it in, spilled by Steele, and at the second attempt, with
well
Browning
done,
on
Browning.
the shoulder of the defender, of the striker, managed to get his foot to it, and Steele fell on the ball at the second attempt.
I tell you what, well done, Browning. Great defending, because that was 2. That was going to be 2.
A little bit unconvincing from Steele. I don't think it was the hardest save to make in the first place. He never really got hold of it. He got his body behind it, but never held it. And I think it was Johnson again looking to follow through. As you say, Browning made the tackle that just did enough for Steele to recompose himself. The ball's been played through to Honeyman at the edge of the penalty area, but as he nudged it back to Vaughan, it was Johnson who swept back in and nudged it away, but now it's been picked up by McGeady on the left-hand side. McGeady again, a foot in from Huddleston. It comes back to Catamol. Now Graben in the middle. Graben skips the challenge and gets the ball out to Jones on this right-hand side. Lays it off to Ndong. Ndong now in the middle, strikes a shot which is blocked at the edge of the D, and it comes out here, and a foul by Browning on Chris Martin, and a free kick to Derby County. The one striking thing about the game is it's been played at twice the pace we've seen any of the pre-season games played.
It's for real now. Great defending member, but again, you've got to say Jason Steele's got to do better, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he should have done better in that circumstance, but here we are. Vyman now getting the ball away, eventually comes back to the left-hand side for Scythe, and Dong cuts it out from Bradley Johnson. Jones up to Graben, up to the halfway line on the right. Scythe manages to get his foot to it. Butterfield now to Wisdom in the centre circle. Bradley Johnson tussles here with Honeyman, gets the ball out to Forsyth on the left-hand side for Derby. Tried to roll it through for Martin, but it's cut out and knocked out for a throw to Derby County down the left, halfway inside the Sunderland half, and it's Sunderland 0, Derby County 1 still, and we played a quarter of the game. Here's Forsyth on the left-hand side, lifting it over the top, down the left, looking for Vyman, cleared by Browning into touch. Throw about 10 yards from the corner flag on the left-hand side for Derby County in their yellow shirts, blue shorts and yellow socks. Derby's away kit this season. Kevin Phillips, of course, a first-team coach at Derby. Here now is Catamol trying to bring this out, and Dong finds Graben down the left, Vaughan through the middle, and Dong behind him. Catamol there too. Here's McGeady. McGeady now tries to spin on it, lost control of it, and Butterfield scoops it away back into the Sunderland half and to Lamine Kone. And Dong now. And Dong in the centre circle to the left here to Catamol. Catamol looks up, plays it back into his own half to Browning. Browning out here on the right to
make sure
Billy Jones. He's under pressure from Vyman. Eventually gets it back to Jason Steele, who passes it out now to Kone. Lamine Kone, long ball down the right, looking for Vaughan. Honeyman's there as well. Drops for Honeyman. He crosses now, headed out to the penalty area, only as far as McGeady. McGeady's got the run down the left of the area by Galloway. He's been pushed wide, he's been fouled by Russell, surely. Free kick to Oliver Langford.
Good ball in again by George Honeyman.
He was pushed a little bit wide by the pass, but Russell went thundering in and took Galloway out. And so a free kick, left-hand side, just a few yards from touch. So can Sunderland get back on level terms here from the left-hand side? Right-footed, just clipped in here, and Kone has been headed out from the back of the 6-yard box.
Oh, what a save!
What a save by Carson.
Great save.
It looked destined for the top left corner, and Carson got a hand to it and tipped it over for a corner. Very good save. So another corner from the left-hand side this time. And again McGeady to take this. Now waiting. Huddle of players inside the 6-yard box, all around the goalkeeper, who's submerged at the moment as the ball hangs in the air, comes back out towards Billy Jones, headed away, and it comes out to Lee Catamol, who nearly scored down the right-hand side now. Battles away with Vyman, has kept the ball. Plays it back to Ndong. Now on the halfway line on the left it's Galloway. And he's got McGeady out wide. McGeady brings this back inside. Middle of the Derby half. Skips around Butterfield. Nice pass into the penalty area, looking for Vaughan, and headed behind by Davis.
Good play again by McGeady.
Surely there's an equaliser in Sunderland.
You know, you go back to Lee Catamol, great effort by Lee Catamol, good save by the goalkeeper, but then you think it was a nice height, wasn't it? If he would have drove that on the floor through the bodies, I think that could have been the equaliser.
Fairness, there were that many bodies in the penalty area.
Yeah.
McGeady now from the right-hand side, and the players all towards the back of the penalty area for this one. In comes he's missed it. I think it was Galloway came flying in, or was it Browning? Couldn't get his foot round it, and it's cleared. Back it comes down the right. I think it was Browning. Browning raced in and just completely missed it. Jones trying to find Honeyman. It was cut out by Russell, and it comes back out into touch between the two managers. Dong quickly takes the throw. It's Sunderland 0, Derby County 1. Kone across to Galloway, back to Kone, back across here to Browning, and Browning now high ball looking for Vaughan to head on to try and get McGeady on it on that far side, but Wisdom has managed to clear it into touch, and it's a throw down the left wing for Sunderland, still trailing to that 11th minute Bradley Johnson goal. Galloway with a throw, looking for Vaughan, back to goal and back to Wisdom, plays it back to McGeady. McGeady back again to Catamol. Catamol tried to drive it forward, it crashes off the face, I think, or certainly the forehead of Butterfield, out into touch for another Sunderland throw on the far side. Well, it's been a lively opening half an hour nearly. And a throw which Galloway will take just back inside his own half on the left-hand side. Down the line, looking for the flick on from Vaughan, but cleared away from the head of Grabban, and then finally knocked out into touch by Galloway.
Poor.
It wasn't the most elegant, was it, of clearances? Forward comes Andre Wisdom to take this throw for Derby County. Now, down the line again for another throw, and again Wisdom comes forwards to take this on the far side. Kazri and the Sorrow warming up down below us, that's the applause you can hear. The ball comes back down into the left corner as Sunderland clear through McGeady, headed forwards again though, and up goes Vaughan and climbs all over Huddleston, which isn't the easiest job in the world, bearing in mind the size of the Derby midfielder. 6'3" and well built. Free kick to Derby County, just inside the Sunderland half, right of the centre circle. Sunderland trailing 1-0. And it's taken by Johnson, headed out by Browning, comes out to Vyman, looks for Huddleston, just flicks it over the top of everybody and back to Jason Steele. Everybody making their way back upfield. Steele ponders where to drive this, and finally from the centre, a big hefty kick down the right. Vaughan appeared to get a little nudge in the back from Curtis Davis. Up goes Davis again to head the ball away from Vaughan. Vaughan, who did play at one stage for Derby. Here's Bradley Johnson back to Keogh. Grabban chases out wide to Wisdom. Wisdom just inside the Sunderland half. Kone has to deal with this, and it's just flicked off the head of McGeady. Drops for Derby's Keogh. And then McGeady blocks as Wisdom tried to get it forward. Then Grabban tried to block Keogh's clearance. Eventually into touch over on the far side for a Sunderland throw. Halfway inside the Sunderland half on the left-hand side. Galloway to take. Over Vaughan's head, he stumbles down. Vyman through the centre circle for Derby, laid off by Martin to the edge of the centre circle. Overhit pass for Scythe chase, but it rolls behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. Steele recovers the ball, places it in the centre of his 6-yard line, and the players have drifted across to this right-hand side. Vaughan is the player he's trying to pick out. He tries to flick it on. Grabban sprints to the byline, tries to pull it back, and eventually it comes off of Keogh behind for a corner.
And that's what, Vaughan's flicking it on, Grabban's making them runs behind, picking up the pieces. If you've got the one up front, that wouldn't happen.
Short corner from McGeady to Honeyman. McGeady looking for the cross, looking for the overhead is Vaughan, but somehow they've managed to get it out. Sorry, not Norwich, Derby. I'm thinking Norwich in terms of Bradley Johnson, who used to play for Norwich, and of course they're playing yellow, Derby tonight. Derby, I should say, 1-0 up, and here are Sunderland again with McGeady on the ball, and of course they do play Norwich on Sunday week. Sunday lunchtime kickoff. Here's Catamol. Catamol now to Honeyman. Honeyman closed down by Forsyth, but he's got the ball. Tried to link it through to Jones, but it comes back out eventually to Honeyman. Through to Jones looking for the 1-2, but again Derby get it clear, and now foul on Chris Martin, says Oliver Langford by Didier Ndong. Just told to calm it down a bit by Oliver Langford, and a free kick to Derby on the left-hand side of their own midfield. And a short here tonight to watch the first home game of the season. Here's Scott Carson to take the free kick for Derby. We're 33 minutes into the game almost. Sunderland 0, Derby County 1. Players drifting towards the right, and the free kick drifts back to Jason Steele. Keeper to keeper, kicked forcibly down the left by Steele. Grabban trying to put pressure on Keogh, who turns the ball away to Wisdom. He's closed down in turn by McGeady, gets the ball inside to Huddleston, who looks the longer ball up to Chris Martin, and eventually cleared by Galloway down the left-hand side. Grabban trying to put pressure on Keogh, who's headed the ball into touch. Well, it's effective closing down. Eventually, though, the throw cleared. But it only leads to another Sunderland throw. Halfway inside the Derby half. We played 34 minutes. Sunderland 0, Derby 1. Galloway again with the throw, looking for Vaughan, headed it out to Catamol, finds ball.
Corner. Beckett.
I thought that was a corner. Seemed to come off the defender and go behind, but the referee has said goal kick and nobody's objected. And so in fact they were absolutely right, because it actually ricocheted off Vaughan. The position of the defender behind him, but from where we're sitting it looked like he was across the face of it, but he wasn't. The referee was right. Goal kick.
One of his.
Up goes Browning, heads it down to McGeady, up to the halfway line, rolls it down the left, looking for the run of Grabban, holds off Keogh. Keogh gets his foot on it and puts it into touch. Another throw to Sunderland on the left-hand side. In terms of possession, I suspect that Sunderland statistically have had more of the ball. It's just, can they find the equaliser? Here's McGeady down towards the corner. Here's the cross, headed out by the dive of Keogh. Drops for Vaughan. He lays it off now for Ndong, who strikes his shot wide, well wide of the left post, and behind for the goal kick to Derby County.
At least it's a shot. Okay, it's not on target. But again, I just think if we can get that ball forward quickly to the likes of Grabham and Vaughan, you know, with them harrying, putting the Derby County defenders under a bit of pressure.
10 minutes till half time. Derby lead 1-0. Here's Carson's goal kick. Still 0-0 between Nottingham Forest and Millwall. A dive and a head away by Jones. Headed on down the left by Forsyth for Derby. A little flick inside by Bradley Johnston, but that'll be cleared to the halfway line by Browning. Then Keogh got above Vaughan. McGeady has won it initially from Wisdom, and then running into pick up the loose ball was Catamol, who's dragged down by Wisdom.
He had too much pace for him, didn't he, Catamol?
Wisdom clipped his ankles, pulled him over, and is being spoken to by the referee.
I'll tell you what, excellent battling from McGeady and Catamol, and that's what we didn't see on Saturday, did we?
There was no fight there, was there? And now they are going for everything. They are closing down effectively tonight, Sunderland. But they are a goal down. You need to turn that into a threat in front of goal.
Get on the end of this one.
So McGeady with a free kick, and it came back out here to Grabham, and he's driven it over the bar from 18 yards.
Keep it down. I tell you what, great balling by McGeady as well.
Lovely ball in, and a superb chance for Grabham. And did he snatch at it?
He did.
He's driven it over. Another chance goes begging.
Bit of composure.
Well, you still keep thinking there is a goal in the game for Sunderland. Here is Russell.
Oh, he's done you again.
Galloway again. Away he's gone. Galloway's chasing. Russell still in the penalty area, and this time it's Kone has to make the block, and again Galloway at the second attempt gets the ball clear from Vyman, and it's headed on by Keogh, and Ndong heads it away. Put back over the top by Forsyth, and it's Russell against Galloway again in the penalty area, and Galloway this time wins the free kick from the referee for a foul by Russell.
I tell you what, Russell
doesn't look convincing there at the minute.
Russell has put the frighteners up Galloway, by the way. That's what I said before. That's their outlet. Every time Russell gets the ball, he fancies himself against Galloway. He's a bag of nerves, isn't he?
I think you could be right, and you know, you get the feeling that once Oviedo's fit, Oviedo may well take the left back berth. But Galloway is not looking 100% confident away on that left hand side at the moment, and Russell, as you say, is taking advantage of it when he gets on the ball. Here's Vyman inside now, and flicked over the top by Johnson, but Browning will come back and he's hooked this high in the air, and it has gone out. That's a throw to Derby County down the left hand side. Derby leading by a goal to 0. 7 minutes till half time. Throw which will be taken by Craig Forsyth, 28-year-old left back, Scottish international. He's got 4 caps for Scotland. Into Chris Martin, showed too much of it to Catamol, who played it back to Kone to clear. Wisdom heading it on. Galloway clears it in the face of Russell, and right back into the Derby half, and it's rolled back to Scott Carson. Carson's clearance to the head of Browning, drops for Bradley Johnson. Now Butterfield out to Russell, taking on Galloway again on that far side, but slipping the ball through, looking for Vyman, but cleared by Kone. Into touch, a throw to Derby County on the right hand side. Sunderland 0, Derby County 1. Here's Wisdom again, inside to Johnny Russell. Russell, and Ndong on his shoulder. He plays it square here into the path of Forsyth, and Forsyth lifting it into the penalty area and headed away off the head of Vyman by Galloway. McGeady over on the left touchline. Wisdom in front of him. He clears up towards the halfway line. A bit of a mix-up between Huddleston and Davis. It breaks for Honeyman, looking for Grabban. Grabban now, he's got a tap off the defender, but Grabban's still got it on the right-hand side. And Grabban now, Honeyman calling for it. Honeyman right side of the penalty area. He's got to come in past Curtis Davis, down to the byline, holds it, comes back, pushes it back to Cattermole to cross. Headed away though by Derby. It drops again for Cattermole. Cattermole to Honeyman. Honeyman's cross, dinks it towards the far side, and a slip by Vaughan. He went down. The ball now being half cleared by
penalty.
A penalty.
Got a great bit of pressure. I tell you what, Grabham, excellent work by Grabham, and good balling by Cattermole. But again, Honeyman in the heart of things.
Yeah, and Butterfield spread-eagled now.
You know, it was his quality of balling by Honeyman which caused the problem.
As Butterfield tried to clear, the ball bounced out, caught him on the arm, and Oliver Langford
One
won
thing's
the
for
penalty.
sure, Vaughan isn't taking this penalty.
No, he won't be taking the penalty in the 40th minute. It's a penalty which will be taken by Lewis Grabban.
Just keep your head down, keep the ball down and hit the target.
He's stepped back to the edge of the box, comes forward with his right, bottom right corner. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1.
Excellent. That'll do him the world of good. And I tell you what, they deserved it. Because it's been a great reaction going a goal down, you know, but they've kept going, causing Derby a problem. And this is what we didn't see last season. Okay, I know it's Championship football, but at least they've shown a bit of character, haven't they?
Well, that record of penalties continues. We're going back a long way now. Lewis Grabban.
That'll do him the world of good, Grabban. Vaughan needs to get on the score sheet.
First Championship goal of the season, and Vaughan indeed does need to. Butterfield's handball leading to the penalty, and Grabban burying it in the bottom right corner, and it's Sunderland 1, Derby County 1, and it's Nottingham Forest 1, Millwall 0. So as you said, Gary, well deserved. I think in terms of possession and the chances, half chance they've been creating, we did say we thought there was a goal there, and so it's proved, albeit from the penalty spot.
They've been in that position before, Nick, when, you know, they've put the opposition under a bit of pressure for 10 minutes, but they've not made it count. At least we've kept it going, and we've gotten the end of things. Fully deserved. But again, George Honeyman on this right hand side, I tell you what, full of energy.
Just a reminder, it's Forest 1, Millwall 0, it's Sunderland 1, Derby County 1, the two games that open the season.
And that's what you want. You want, especially the young players, when they come in the team, you know, they've got no fear, full of running. And I tell you what, George has grown with confidence as well, hasn't he?
I didn't think he'd had the best of pre-seasons, actually, George Honeyman.
He hasn't had much opportunities, has he? To be truthful, Madger's been in there.
Yeah. Looked a little bit sort of as Derby win a corner here.
No, it's not a corner, free kick.
It's a free kick, sorry, on the left edge of the penalty area, outside, took a few yards in from touch.
This is where you've got to concentrate.
Oh yeah, we're talking a couple of minutes to half-time.
You know, no free headers.
Sunderland 1, Derby 1. And it's Butterfield to take it from the left, drives it into the penalty area, spins up into the air. Russell hooks it away behind, almost at the corner flag on the right hand side, for a goal kick to Sunderland. The fourth official, Stephen Martin's come out here. How much time will Oliver Langford add on?
You're looking for your experienced players now. You're right on near half-time. You just got to say to him, don't give nothing away, don't take any chances. And sort it out. We've done well to get back into the game.
Out comes Jason Steele then to take this goal kick again. All the players towards this right hand side. Up goes Vaughan again, but Forsyth got above him, headed it through to Martin. It comes back to Huddleston. And now Keogh bringing this forwards over the halfway line for Derby County. It's Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. As we approach half-time here, we're going to get a minute of added time at the end of this 45. Here's Forsyth on the left-hand side, a couple of step-overs, now trying to get in round Honeyman. He does get the ball in the penalty area, but cleared by Jones. Then Forsyth heading it back in, and again Jones clears it out into midfield, and it's Butterfield who puts it up to the edge of the area, and now trying to just slip it through is Russell.
Good tackle.
And now
excellent tackle. I'll tell you what.
Johnson, I think, it goes down. The referee
well done,
waves it away.
I'll tell you what, excellent tackle by Lee. He had to make sure he got that right, by the way.
And the throw in the end for Derby County on the left-hand side. We've got less than 30 seconds of the first half left of added time at the end of the first 45 minutes. 1-1 as we head towards the break. Live on BBC Newcastle. Here's Forsyth. His throw to the edge of the area.
Handball.
Looked like a handball by Chris Martin, but the referee lets play go on. Huddleston out to the left-hand side here. Forsyth, and he tries to drive it into the penalty area, down towards the byline. Little back heel, but Ndong cuts across to clear this as the half-time whistle is blown to applause around the stadium. The two sides will go in level, one apiece.
Yeah, and you've got to say it's appreciated by the supporters. You know, they've seen the fight there, and they've seen that they've put down.
Kone having to take this down on his chest and put right back up over the halfway line, headed away by Derby's Curtis Davis, and then knocked on again to Vaughan. Looking behind him for McGeady. McGeady surrounded by three, now four Derby players, and Russell though fouls him, and a free kick to Sunderland on the left-hand side of central midfield, halfway inside the Derby County half. Catamole over the ball at the moment. Oliver Langford behind him. Across comes McGeady, who seems to be the player who will be taking the set pieces for Sunderland.
He seems to be the player who's going to make things happen as well.
Yeah.
He's lively.
Him and Honeyman have looked lively. Just rolled it into the penalty area here for Grabban. Grabban, left side of the 6-yard box, forced to play it back out to McGeady on the left-hand side, taking on Russell, trying to get round him on the byline. He gets the ball in, but into the hands of Scott Carson on the left-hand side.
Tell you what,
and he gets it out quickly.
He's got good feet, hasn't he?
Yeah. Here's a handful. Ndong down the right-hand side. Ndong now cutting inside. A run being made through the middle by Billy Jones, and eventually out to the right-hand side for Derby County as they look to clear, and a throw after Kone takes Chris Martin off the field of play, and Wisdom takes the free kick. They throw back to Johnny Russell into the middle to Huddleston. Huddleston now on the left edge of the penalty area, looking for the shot from, well, in the end, Forsyth's shot sailed across the face of Steele, and I think Steele may have just got fingertips to it to concede the corner.
I was wondering what he was doing.
Was it a cross? Was it a shot? I think he may have been looking for the cross to the far post, but it just sort of swept right across the face of Steele and behind for the corner kick.
I think he's got a touch on it still.
Yeah, I think he got a touch to it. Huddleston's going to take the corner from the right-hand side, low into the box, and in the end, Vyman swept his right leg at it, but I think he missed it completely.
He missed it completely.
And it's been cleared into touch for a throw to Derby down the right-hand side.
Send a search party out to look for that foot.
As the ball into the edge of the area again, looking for Martin, comes back down to him. He tries to tee it up for Butterfield, but cleared. And now Honeyman a chance to break with Grabban on the right-hand side. Jones makes a dash down the right as well. Here's Grabban just inside the Derby half, forced to turn and play into the centre circle and back to Browning, and now to Ndong on the right-hand side, out wide right to Honeyman again. Honeyman back again to Ndong. Ndong back to Steele at the edge of his area almost. He's rolling it out, urging everybody to push up, as is Galloway on the halfway line. And the kick drifts towards the right. Now Vaughan's looking for a push, by Forsyth, but the referee's not having any of that. And eventually out to McGeady on the left, just inside the Derby half. McGeady cutting inside now, rolling it into the middle to Honeyman. Honeyman just slipping it through to McGeady. McGeady now looking down the left edge of the penalty area for Grabban. Grabban has got Russell on his shoulder, plays it back here to Galloway. His cross in the box, drops for Honeyman. He swept a foot in it, and then just past the foot of the post by Vaughan. Head in his hands, it crept past the foot of the left-hand post.
He was unlucky there, Vaughan. Instinct, he's just hit it, it's just gone the wrong side of the post. But again, great play by McGeady and Honeyman. They've teamed up very well.
Vaughan, he needs a goal, doesn't he? But that one was the closest he's come, really. And that just literally skimmed the foot of the left-hand post. 1-1 still, 5 minutes into the second half, live on BBC Newcastle. Huddleston plays it to Davis, up now over the halfway line, just touched away by Vyman, up now towards Bradley Johnson, looking for Vyman to try and run onto this, but Kone just slips his leg around the ball and gets the ball clear, picks himself off the floor, and now knocked out to the right by Honeyman to Jones. Honeyman's dashed forward down the right, it's played into the centre. Vaughan here, trying to go round Keogh, couldn't get round the last man, and Derby get the ball clear again. And Vyman chases this back, but Steele catches it at the edge of the penalty area. Rolls it out quickly to Didier Ndong. Didier Ndong now turns and plays it forwards here, down the left to McGeady. McGeady in the centre circle, taking it across the right-hand side to Honeyman. There's a real buzz about the Stadium of Light now as Honeyman gets on down this right-hand side. Johnson's trying to get the ball from him. It comes back now to Billy Jones. Jones plays it back to Cattermole. Cattermole lifting it up towards Grabban at the edge of the area, but he let it spin past him. I think he was going to try and turn and run onto it, but the ball just span away from him and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Another bright start to the second half now. 5 minutes, nearly 6 minutes in. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1 still though. They had a very good pre-season. Derby only lost the one game, that was to Hoffenheim last week. Their League Cup starts on Tuesday night at Grimsby Town. Here's a free kick. Foul by Chris Martin on Kone, just inside the Sunderland half on the right-hand side of the centre circle. And then next Saturday, Derby are at home to Wolves, who open their account at home to Middlesbrough tomorrow. Now Vaughan looking for this ball, is going to run away towards the corner flag. He just keeps it in, takes the corner flag down, manages to pull it back now for McGeady in the penalty area on the left-hand side, out to Cattermole. Cattermole shoots, a deflection and a touch from Honeyman. He got the underside of his boot on the ball, which almost took the goalkeeper the wrong way, but not enough power on it.
Good play again by Vaughan. Again, he's made a bad ball into a good ball. Kept it alive.
The appetite and the desire that fans want to see. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. 6 minutes into the second half. Headed on as Kone nods this down and lashes it out into touch. Throw down the right-hand side for Derby County in their yellow and blue. Wisdom will take this throw. The Leeds-born 24-year-old right-back from a Liverpool player. £4.5 million paid for it. Russell got round Ndong. Kone has to scoop it behind for a corner. A little bit too easy for Russell there.
He's missed it completely, hasn't he, Ndong? Missed control.
Down comes Tom Huddleston to take this corner on the right-hand side. Plenty of yellow shirts vying for positions as up goes, well, in the end, the header. I'm trying to see who it was in the end.
Forsyth on it.
Was it no?
Vyman.
I'm not even sure it was Vyman, actually. Anyway, headed wide and from a good position. It was Keogh. It was Richard Keogh, the centre half. Here's Huddleston, sweeps it in again, and Derby players throw themselves at the ball in the end, and Ndong manages to get the ball clear, and Huddleston will pick this up on the right wing. And a sliding tackle by McGeady. Huddleston gets back, and takes Grabban out on the halfway line, but gets the ball back to goalkeeper Scott Carson. So a little bit of feistiness growing into the game. 1-1 still. Here's Curtis Davis, 32 years old now. Into Johnson, tried to find Chris Martin. Martin out wide left to Forsyth. Forsyth back here to Davis, and he knocks the ball into touch because Martin's got a knock. It will be a throw to Sunderland. Honeyman will take it, and it'll go back to Derby, I'm sure. So Bradley Johnson gave Derby the lead in the 11th minute. Lewis Grabban equalised from the penalty spot in the 40th. The ball comes back to Scott Carson in blue, the Derby keeper. Pushes it out to Curtis Davis, out wide left again. A long ball knocked up towards Chris Martin, left to run to Wisdom. He's got to be closed down by Galloway, and the ball knocked behind. Corner kick, says both the assistant and the referee, Oliver Langford.
This is where we've got to be careful, because the quality of Huddleston's set pieces are excellent. You know, his delivery. You know, there's a big hole there, and you've got to make sure we've got a player in the hole. Got to go and attack the ball.
Huddleston places the ball in the corner for the kick and swings it towards the far side of the penalty area. Vaughan has headed it out. Bradley Johnson's got to it first, and then Vaughan tackles him.
Great
finds
tackle.
Honeyman behind. Honeyman up towards Grabban. Comes down off
Great tackle by Vaughan.
Forsyth for a throw to Sunderland. This will be taken by Billy Jones. 10 minutes into the second half, 55 minutes played. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1, live on BBC Newcastle. Up on the halfway line, Derby head it back, and Dong heads it back up onto the halfway line. Butterfield lays it off now, and Huddleston plays it back to Davis, two former Hull teammates of course, and now out on the right hand side, Butterfield plays it inside into the centre circle again to Huddleston, headed away by Honeyman in the middle, finds Ndong, and Ndong turns. He's been closed down by Butterfield, has to find Jones, strong challenge on him by Martin, but they've got the ball away, Sunderland.
That's a foul.
And that looked like a foul on the far side, but Oliver Langford, no, as Honeyman appeals, has given the throw. It's just back inside the Derby half on the left-hand side. Back into the Derby penalty area, now with Keogh. Richard Keogh, Republic of Ireland international, signed from Coventry 5 years ago, was at one time on Carlisle United's books, as Catamol gets through here. Now slips it to Grabban. Grabban on his right foot. Oh, he's hit the post. It's crashed against the post as Grabban looked to put it in the top corner, and the lead denied by the woodwork.
He's hit the post, but you just still think that he should have scored. I think a good opportunity, should have put that away.
Opened up for him, he had time, he had a bit more time than I think he thought.
Great play by Catamol again.
But not enough curl on the ball to take it inside the post, as Steele gathers this with two advancing Derby players trying to close down. One all still then. Here now is Honeyman again, slipping it through, looking for Vaughan, knocked away by Derby. Out to Butterfield. Butterfield down the right, and looking for Martin. Martin back to the halfway line, and Butterfield now to Huddlestone. Squares the ball across here to Craig Forsyth, down the left wing, played back to Forsyth by Vyman. Now we'll look for that out to the left wing again, inside to Huddleston, looking for the run of Vyman down the left wing. Across comes Browning. Browning, no mistake about this, just crashed it into the seats at the foot of the east stand. 1-1 as we approach the hour mark, live on BBC Newcastle. Plenty, I know, would have taken a point before the game, but the way the game is panning out, you'd certainly look and say, well, there's 3 points certainly here for the taking.
That's what I said at half time. Simon Grayson would have been saying that. You know, the game's there to be won.
The ball played up to the halfway line. On the right, throw to Sunderland. Vaughan takes it to Honeyman. Honeyman now back to Browning. Goes along the ball up. Headed away by Forsyth. Huddleston heads it down. The loose ball picked up by Ndong to Catamol. Swings it across. Well, it swept it behind Galloway. And it's gone into touch for a throw to Derby County just inside the Sunderland half on this right-hand side. Wisdom will take this. Andre Wisdom back to Butterfield, back to Wisdom. Holds it on the touchline. McGeady's trying to tackle him. In the end, he's tackled by Catamol. It's another throw to Derby County. Wisdom in front of Simon Grayson to take this throw. 1-1 at the Stadium of Light, live on BBC Newcastle. Wisdom still poised to take the throw. Down the line it goes, looking for Martin. Leaves it, or tried to leave it for Russell. Russell has now got it, but tackled instantly by Aidan McGeady. Another throw to Derby County down the right-hand side. Andre Wisdom jogs down to take this throw for the visitors. And back it comes to Butterfield. Catamol on his case. Back to Huddlestone. Huddlestone now picks out Davis. Davis just through the centre, looking for Johnson, to Butterfield again. And out wide now to Andre Wisdom on this right-hand side. Wisdom out wide right, inside again to Butterfield. The former Manchester United player gets it back off Russell. Now to Huddlestone. Huddlestone tackled by Ndong. Ndong taps it back to Jones. Jones played it through the centre, but straight back to Curtis Davis on the centre spot. And now Bradley Johnson will strike from range. Sails away behind into the south stand. An hour played. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. But what a difference the atmosphere around the stadium as well.
Well, it is a difference because they can see the effort what the players are putting in.
The players group across on the far side, and the kick from Steele floats over Vaughan and Huddleston, headed on by Honeyman, but then cleared by Curtis Davis. Catamol heads it forwards here. Huddleston goes up, heads it on, and Dong heads it to Catamol, flicks it to McGeady. McGeady holds it away from Russell, holds it away from Butterfield, turns it out wide left here to Galloway. Galloway now halfway inside the Derby County half, lays it back off to Ndong, and now out to McGeady on the left-hand side. McGeady dribbling at Russell, taking him on, a couple of step-overs. McGeady into the centre, trying to shrug off the defender. Butterfield, though, stabs his foot at it, and it's a throw to Sunderland down the left, halfway inside the Derby County half. And across comes McGeady again to... Is he going to take the throw, or is he going to leave it for Galloway? He leaves it for Galloway. So Galloway, as Kevin Phillips responds to the chants of Super K from the Derby County dugout, and a header clear by Derby out to Catamol. Galloway looking to get this forwards down the left-hand side. As gets a little nudge in the back from Russell, keeps on his feet, tries to get the ball inside to Ndong. It looked like a foul, but play went on. Russell back to Wisdom to clear, and back up into the Sunderland half, where Browning tidies up back to Jason Steele. He passes it out to Kone on this left-hand side. Kone lays the longer ball up through to be cleared by Davis from the edge of the Derby County penalty area. Drops for Butterfield inside to Huddlestone, looking for Martin. Martin lays it off on the right here now to Butterfield again. Butterfield cutting infield now into the centre to Russell. Russell now looks up for a left foot shot, straight at Steele. Still 1-1. 63-64 minutes played. Khazri heading down the touchline for a warm-up. Steele with the kick. Up goes Vaughan, heads it on. Graben's looking for it. Forsyth had to make no mistakes. Cleared by Keogh. Back up into the centre circle. Russell on to Martin. Tackled by Kone. Came back to Huddlestone. Now Browning's under pressure on that right-hand side from Vyman. Steele had to come across and just knock the ball out into touch. Throw to Derby County. Well, it's certainly frenetic. Derby looking at making a change. They're going to bring on
Vidra, is it?
Yeah, Vidra. Matej Vidra, the Czech international, former Watford striker. The first change of the evening. Throw to Derby. Wisdom down the right side of the Sunderland penalty area. Galloway clears up towards the halfway line. Surely a foul on Vaughan, but he's got the ball through to Grabban, but Curtis Davies will get in front of Grabban and get the ball clear for Derby. Up to Johnny Russell, tackled by Billy Jones, gets it to Honeyman, inside again to Ndong, still inside the Sunderland half. Catamol back to Browning on the wide right, and he's closed down by Butterfield, but gets the long ball up towards Curtis Davies, who heads it back to Scott Carson, and Vidra is still waiting to come on down below us here at the edge of the pitch as we approach the 20th minute of the second half. Question is, who will he replace? Martin?
Martin, I would, or Vyman.
Ball back with Scott Carson, the 31-year-old Cumbrian keeper who began his career with Cleatormore Celtic out on the outskirts of Whitehaven, his hometown, as Carson drives this up towards the figure of Martin. Tried to head it on for Vyman, hooked away by Kone, looking for Grabban. Now down the left as Forsyth tries to work it down that left wing. Honeyman blocked it. A throw to Derby and a chance for the substitution. It will be Vyman who comes on. So the former Aston Villa man, the Austrian international, he makes way in the 65th minute. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. Lewis Grabban hitting the post in the 56th minute, the closest to extending the lead for either side. Live on BBC Newcastle. Here is the substitute Vidra. It's tackled by Honeyman. Be a throw to Derby on the far side. Finds Vidra. Forsyth comes back to him, looks to try and cross, blocked. Another throw. Honeyman throwing himself at it. So now 10 yards from the corner flag. The ball comes down for Vidra, trying to get past Jones. The ball though knocked back to Ndong. Long ball played up towards Vaughan, heads it up in the air, and it'll come down for Huddleston with Grabban on his case, but he gets the ball back into the Sunderland half. Jones should deal with this. Back it goes to Steele, and he puts his right foot through it, makes no mistake whatsoever. Drops out into touch at the halfway mark. Throw to Derby County on that far left-hand side, and a quarter of the game left. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. Headed away by Browning, drops for Honeyman, tackled though by Forsyth. Whip round him, here's his cross, too deep, goal kick for Sunderland. A little bit of the pace of the game in the last few minutes has been taken away. It's slowed down a little bit, got a little bit scrappier.
You can understand though, it's been played at a good pace since the start. But I just think that Sunderland can kick on now.
We'll steal them with the goal kick. Deep one again. Headed away by Huddleston from Vaughan. Foul on Martin, says the referee. Free kick just inside the Sunderland half, left of the centre circle. It's going to be taken by Huddleston, short to his right to Butterfield. He plays it across now on the right hand side to Keogh, and down the right wing to Wisdom. Wisdom looking for the run of Russell down the right here. Kone's gone with him. The attendance 29,578 tonight. And throw down on the left, a few yards up from the corner flag, which Galloway will take for Sunderland. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. We're live on BBC Newcastle, Gary Bennett and Nick Barnes, and we've got roughly 21 minutes of the game left. Here's Keogh, back to Davis. Longer ball played up to the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, headed out, comes down to Wisdom, now looking for Vidra, looking for a 1-2 down the right side of the penalty area, closed down immediately by Galloway. Wisdom now on the right hand side, flicking it back into Vidra, and it's come off Catamol behind for a corner kick to Derby County, their 5th of the game.
And that's my worry, down this right hand side, down their right hand side, which is our left hand side. That's where they seem to be getting in, where Russell is against Galloway. And again, we've got to make sure we defend this set piece here.
So Tom Huddleston again to take it for Derby, hangs across in the 6-yard box, and Steele took it under a little bit of pressure. Martin was right on his shoulder, gets it out quickly, looking for McGeady, headed out into touch. No, the flag has come up, offside.
He's got to be careful there, Steele. I'm sure he took that ball outside the box when he's going to kick it.
Did he? Now back from the back, Huddleston drove it right upfield, straight to Steele.
We'll be watching him this time, the linesman. Just be careful.
Well, he has got an eye on him. And he's come to the edge of the area. Well, he did step out over the line, but the ball, well, he made contact with it on the line as he got it downfield. A push in the back of Russell by Galloway, just inside the Derby half, and a free kick to Derby on the right hand side of midfield. Doesn't seem to be any sign of a change by Simon Grayson at the moment.
I don't think he needs to change it, does he?
I'm saying, not advocating that he does, but I think the pace at which it's been played. Here's Vidra now, trying to get between Ndong and Catamol, comes back to Butterfield. And that wide to Wisdom. Wisdom playing it back now to Russell on the right hand side, and looking for Vidra, cleared by Kone, right back into the Derby half, right back down the left hand side of Derby's penalty area. Carson's come out to recover the ball, now with Huddleston again, or not with Huddleston, with David Keogh.
Take care.
Back it comes to Keogh, inside, nearly played it to Grabban actually, but Carson eventually clears. It's Jones that gets up above Martin to flick it back to Browning, and he plays it up to Wisdom though. Wisdom to Butterfield, now to Huddlestone in the centre circle. Short ball played to Butterfield. Butterfield now looking for Johnson. Johnson to Russell. Russell at the edge of the area. He's going to shoot. It's blocked though by Kone. Now out to McGeady.
That was a
whipped
foul.
off his feet by Wisdom, and it's played back by Huddleston right out into touch, and Steele is yelling at the defenders in front of him. Simon Grayson not happy with something. Robbie Stockdale out to the edge of the
couple of stray passes in it. Browning, McGeady trying to do a turn there, didn't get the foul. Just causing yourselves your own problems.
Want to get a bit of discipline back in, don't they? 17 minutes left. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. BBC Newcastle. Wisdom clears Steele's kick. Now Huddleston got it to Johnson. It's played through the middle. Vidra is making a dash towards the edge of the area, and on his own is Martin.
Tell you what, got away with that.
Over the crossbar, leant back too far and skies the bar, and Dong was coming in behind him, but I think Derby will feel he should have done a lot better.
Should have been 2-1. Great reverse pass. The goalkeeper had already committed himself as well.
And it remains 1-1.
Just need to get back, get your shape back now, Sunderland.
Kick from Steele, up goes Vaughan, looking for the flick on for McGeady, down the left edge of the penalty area. He's on the ball, he's trying to step over, he's been forced out wide by Wisdom. Forces with, in the end, Wisdom for McGeady to knock the ball out into touch. A throw to Derby County, 10 yards from their corner flag on the right-hand side.
Bit of fatigue kicking in now with one or two of the players.
Headed on by Martin. Vidra on the halfway line. As he's held by Kone, then Vidra.
Well done, Ndong.
Knocked the ball off the feet of Ndong into touch. It's a throw
to Sunderland.
To Sunderland on this left-hand side. Some 15 yards back inside their own half. Simon Grayson just clapping, geeing his players on. It's come to Vaughan, back here to Galloway on the halfway line, back to Kone. Kone just taking it away from Vidra and playing it back here to Steele. Steele to the edge of the area with the ball. Now with the kick. It's a good one down the left, looking for Vaughan. Vaughan beaten in the air by Keogh. It will roll into touch. It's the throw. Oh, it's gone Derby's way. It must have taken the slightest of touches. And Wisdom again to take the throw for Derby County on this right-hand side. With a quarter of an hour to play, it's Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. And the ball knocked up towards Johnson, the scorer of Derby's goal. It's cleared. It's come out to Ndong. Free kick has been awarded to Sunderland. They tried to get it away quickly, but the referee Oliver Langford wants it taken away.
Excellent header by Billy Jones.
And the free kick will be taken this time by Jason Steele. One all then, with less than a quarter of an hour to play, plus whatever time Oliver Langford adds on. Headed away from Grabham by Curtis Davis, only as far as Jones, out to Honeyman on the right-hand side. Honeyman's cross into the area, looking for Vaughan, couldn't get his foot on the end of it. Wisdom clears it now, out to Russell on the right. And now McGeady's shot, somehow turned away by Keogh, comes back out here to McGeady on the right to swing the cross back in again. And now was that a penalty? Vaughan's gone down, angrily appealing to the assistant that he thought he was pulled down, but he appears to be the only one making any sort of claim to the penalty.
Maybe tangle of feet there.
He just seemed to trip over the back of Forsyth's ankles, actually. The referee and Scott Carson agree the ball needs to change, and Derby about to make another substitution. Maybe David Nugent. Is it David Nugent? It is indeed David Nugent, who's going to come on, the experienced striker. 2 years at Middlesbrough, and Scott Carson being forced to go back to the edge of his 6-yard box, and the substitution will be taken now. Nugent will replace Martin.
Need I say, Nugent has been a thorn in Sunderland's side when he's been at the likes of Preston, Portsmouth.
Very, very experienced striker, David Nugent, 32 years old now. 8 goals in his 42 games for Middlesbrough. The header on now, through the centre, looking for Vidra. Tackled well by Ndong, but Vidra wins it back, and Ndong tries to win it again and fouls Vidra on the floor. The free kick to Derby County, 23-24 yards out on the right of central midfield.
Tell you what, Huddleston will fancy this.
Huddle of players around Huddleston. Sunderland now just starting to organise their Wall.
Is it Russell who's going to take it? No.
Russell's to the right of Vydra. Wall is knocked back 10 yards. Oliver Langford is moving it back to where the older 18-yard line used to be. You still clearly see it marked out in the grass behind the new 18-yard line. Vydra's taken quite a long run up for this. They're clearly going to try and test Jason Steele. 1-1. 12 minutes remain. Vydra with the free kick drives it straight at the wall. Blocked, and it comes out to Wisdom on the right-hand side. The overlap down the right from Russell. Russell tackled by McGeady, and it's a corner kick to Derby County.
And again, concentration here. You know, the delivery from Huddleston's been excellent. You know, he just drives it into that 18-yard box round the penalty spot.
Queuing up, waiting to dash into the penalty area, the Derby players. In comes the cross from Huddleston, headed in the air and caught by Steele from Vaughan's defensive header. And lets everybody jog back upfield. So we've got just over 10 minutes to play. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. Vaughan heads it in now to McGeady. McGeady strikes this shot with his left foot, but it curls away past the angle of bar and post. And so it remains 1-1. Goal kick to Derby County. Scott Carson with the goal kick away to our left. And the Derby keeper drives it out down the right wing and headed away over Russell by Galloway. Andre Wisdom comes forwards to take the throw again for Derby County on the right hand side. And a third of the way inside the Sunderland half. Headed on, flicked on towards Russell by Nugent, but Kone's there to clear. Another throw to Derby County down this right hand side, some 10 yards from the corner flag on the right. BBC Newcastle, 1-1. Wisdom with the throw. Across comes Nugent, and Butterfield comes out to Vydra, and eventually knocked out again into touch by McGeady. And throw again for Andre Wisdom on this right hand side. Vydra again on his chest, back out to the right wing, back inside again to Russell this time, and he lays it off for Vydra, but Ndong's whipped in and he just puts his right foot through it, out into touch, taking no chances inside the penalty area. But at the moment, Derby just putting Sunderland under a bit of pressure around the penalty area. Wisdom went to take the throw.
That should be a Sunderland ball.
It seemed to be a foul throw. He's enjoying the joke, actually. He's getting a second stab at it. And finally, the throw cut out by Galloway and cleared by Grabban from the edge of the penalty area. Another throw. Wisdom again with this, a third of the way inside the Sunderland half on the right hand side. 8 minutes left. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. And the header on by Nugent, headed away by Catamol. Grabban hooks it up into the Derby half. Curtis Davis under pressure from Vaughan. Now is Scott Carson, he clears Vaughan, and a hefty kick right back up to the other end to Jason Steele. And they just need an outlet now, an exit valve to try and take a little bit of that pressure off from Derby. They're trying to turn the screw in the last 10 minutes in search of a winner. Davis heads it away, and Ndong heads it on. Grabban now, edge of the area, trying to find Honeyman down the right edge of the penalty area, into the penalty area, onto the byline, pulls it back, but the block's made by Keogh. and it's a corner.
Good
to
play,
Sunderland.
George Honeyman again.
So a corner at the north end of the stadium on the right hand side. McGeady across to take it. Lining up from the penalty spot. Headed away by Derby, into touch on the Sunderland left by Richard Keogh. Across comes Galloway. Referee's blown, he's seen something. Having a word there, is happy. Galloway can take the throw for Sunderland, halfway inside the Derby County half. He needs someone a lot closer to him. Honeyman's making the run. Longish throw into the area. Vaughan heads it on. Grabban lays it off now, and Jones miscues his shot.
Good pass. That's an excellent
Picked
pass.
up by McGeady, yes. He's dribbled into the penalty area.
And
Grabban now has come down for Cattermole. Couldn't get his foot round it. On the 6-yard line, and Derby County clear again. Galloway wins it from Nugent. Comes back and eventually
Foul.
a foul and a free kick to Sunderland on the left-hand side.
Unlucky Lee Cattermole. Just mistimed it in.
But he's
Couldn't get a clean
He's had
connection on it.
a couple of really good chances tonight, Cattermole. He's been very unlucky. One tipped over by Carson, and that just couldn't connect. 5 minutes to play, or thereabouts. 1-1 at the Stadium of Light. Free kick just inside Derby's half. Cattermole strolls over in front of Simon Grayson to take it. With his right foot, drives it up to the edge of the area. Headed down, looking for Vaughan by Browning. Comes out though to McGeady on the right-hand side. He puts it back in the penalty area, but too deep. And this will run away for Wisdom to clear for Derby. Out to Russell on the right-hand side. He's tackled by Honeyman, but rides it and comes away with the ball.
Look at
Gets
the far
advantage.
side.
And played it off the ankles of Browning as he was running back. Grabban now looking to get McGeady away down the right, but Forsyth came across.
Tell you what,
clear for Derby County.
Sunderland lucky that it's come off Browning's heel.
Throw
Just got to be careful, Sunderland.
to Sunderland on the right, halfway inside the Derby half. It's Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. 5 minutes left to play. BBC Newcastle. Here's Cattermole just in front of the centre circle. Across now here to Galloway on the left. Back inside to Cattermole. Crashed off Huddlestone, but it comes back to Galloway. Galloway plays it back to Steele, taking no chances. Edge of the area. Steele now into midfield with the ball, and then the longer ball played up, looking for Grabban or Vaughan, and it comes down for Wisdom to hook away from George Honeyman. Now in the centre circle, and Dong nods it down for Billy Jones to lob up to the edge of the Derby penalty area. Vaughan looking for it, headed away by Keogh. Only as far as Ndong nods it on to Cattermole. Little flick through now to Grabban. Grabban out to the left-hand side here. Galloway tried to roll the ball into the penalty area for Grabban, but Derby get it clear. And now Galloway wins it back off Vidra. Vidra assaults Galloway. And it's a free kick on the left-hand side. Four minutes left. 1-1 at the Stadium of Light. George Honeyman will take the free kick. Line of players at the edge of the area. The ball swung into the box, headed on and out behind by Browning. And a goal kick to Derby County. Well, is there a sting in the tail here? We've got a couple of minutes left. It's 1-1, it's all square. Had a couple of chances to win the game. And eventually the ball drops out into touch for a throw to Derby County on the far side on the left. halfway inside the Sunderland half. Derby with the throw in their yellow and blue. They're about to make another change and bring on Craig Bryson, the Scottish midfielder. He waits down below us as a little nudge in the back of Russell goes unpunished as Galloway gets the ball away, and now is tackled back in turn by Russell. The ball comes back to Keogh, who's hacked down by Vaughan, and the referee has to sprint back to get between them. I don't think there was really going to be anything much after that. Then clasped Keogh and Vaughan.
Galloway's got to do better.
Vaughan is going to become the first Sunderland player of the new season to be shown a yellow card.
I think he'll pick one or two of them up this season.
I think he could be right.
Because he's that type of player, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's put a shift in today.
He's worked very hard.
He has
tonight.
indeed, and you know the old team have, or the front two have run.
And Bryson's come on for Russell for Derby. In the 89th minute. Pair of fresh legs through the middle as Browning has to get in front of Nugent, but the flag is up and it's a free kick for Sunderland.
Come on, they'll get one more chance.
We're only seconds away from the 90 minutes now. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1. Steele with the free kick. Headed on by Vaughan. Drops for Honeyman, edge of the area, down the right arm. Now he took a real block.
That's a block.
It should have been a free kick. But the referee's given nothing, but the fourth official's given us 2 minutes of added time.
That's the championship for you.
I think that was Curtis Davis showing us all his experience. And Wisdom down at the other end with the cross, headed off Vidra's head, headed out by Ndong, only as far as Butterfield, who drove a shot through the penalty area, has missed a couple of feet and gone out behind for a goal kick. And Steele grateful to feel the ball in his hands for a goal kick.
Yeah, and that's what the lads have got to get used to, the players have got to get used to. You know, in the Premier League, that's a foul. Championship, play on.
Steele with the goal kick. We played nearly a minute of the minimum 2 being added on by Oliver Langford. Now pushed on down the right wing here for Nugent to try and keep in. That seemed to have gone out, but the assistant keeps his flag down. Played inside to Vidra here. Vidra out to Nugent on the right side of the penalty area, and the ball headed out by Billy Jones, only as far as Huddleston. Huddleston now out to the right hand side to Wisdom back into Huddleston. We've got 40 seconds left of the minimum 2 minutes. It's 1-1 as now Bryson, the substitute, nodding it down. It's fallen for Nugent, blocked by Steele as he tried to put it on his left foot.
Well done, Jason Steele.
And that was a good save. And still 1-1 as McGeady taking it out the touchline.
Lino.
At the linesman.
You're not having the best of games.
And can't believe the decision. Wisdom's got a throw down the right to Bryson, comes off the foot of Galloway but lands in the hands of Steele. Well, that's the minimum 2 minutes played. It's 1-1 here, and Steele with this kick for Sunderland down the left hand side into the Derby
that's a foul.
Again,
that is a foul.
Like a free kick, but the referee's decided to blow for full time. And it's ended all square. Sunderland 1, Derby County 1, but it's a point most of us, I think, accepted they'd have taken at the start of the evening, but 3 points were definitely there for the taking.
Well, I think when Simon Grayson looks back on that, he must probably look on it and say it was 2 points dropped, really, because yes, poor goal which we conceded, but credit to the lads, showed great character.